Hello everybody, I'm Ken Riley at Copperland. Today we're going to have another do-it-yourself video on heavy-duty equipment carts. We need a bunch of carts in our shop to take care of all the equipment, make all of our equipment mobile on wheels like drill presses, all kinds of hydraulic presses, things like that. So we're going to design and build pretty much one size and style of cart, and it's all made up of simple, easy to get parts and very easy to work with materials. It's mostly 1/8 inch steel. This is 1.5 inch by 1.5 inch square, 1/8 inch wall, and most of our stuff is made from 1/8 inch thick material, easy to work with and simple to get. So we're going to start out with 10-foot lengths of steel material and cut these into 2-foot sections. Okay, so we've gone ahead and marked out our 10-inch length or 10-foot length of steel every 2 feet. We're going to cut this. You could cut it on a bandsaw or a circular abrasive wheel, but we're going to use this 14-inch dry cut saw. It's actually a special carbide wheel. It's designed to cut through steel, not make a lot of sparks, not make a lot of heat. We got this saw for about $250 from Northern Tool. You can get these from different manufacturers, but Northern Tool makes a really good tool. So we'll set this up, cut this 10-foot length into 5 sections, and then we'll be back with you. When you're cutting steel or working with any dangerous machines, make sure you use ear protection, eye protection, and if it's making fumes and dust, breathing protection. This does not make a lot of dust, doesn't make really any fumes, so you don't need a breathing mask for this operation. Line up your blade, clamp it down good and tight, and away we go. Yep, it's plugged in. This one has a little safety push button. Nice thing about this saw is it makes ready to weld cuts, perfectly square, real nice and smooth, so you don't have to do anything to that except clean the mill slag off right before you weld. Cut the rest of these and be right back with you. So that only took us 2 or 3 minutes to cut all 5 of these pieces. I'm going to use 4 of them for the first cart. I've gone ahead and cut our 2-inch by 2-inch by 1/8 inch wall, 2-foot long pieces. These will make up the side sections. So basically we'll have a cart section which is 2 feet wide, a little more than 2 feet tall, and then the 1.5 by 1.5 will be used as your stringers to hold the pieces together. Those don't have to be real strong, but this cart's designed to hold at least 2,000 pounds if you want to put that much weight on it. We're not going to have that much weight, but these sections will hold 2,000 pounds or a ton easily. So that's all we have to do as far as cutting all the pieces. All the pieces for the cart framework are done. Next time we'll get into cutting plates for the casters. Once we cut our 4 plates and drill those, we have all the parts for the cart. So until then, see you later. Okay, continuing on with our equipment cart project. We already cut the 1.5" square tubing. We cut the 2" square tubing. Those are all cut, ready to go. Now all we have is 4 more parts. Those would be the plates for our casters. We're using a caster. I buy these by the dozen on eBay. It's a 3.5" cast iron caster with a full swivel plate because I like moving my carts around in all directions. So I make them all for swivel plates. Now to mount those, I'm taking a piece of 4" wide flat stock, 3/16 of an inch thick. You could go to 1/4 inch, but I got this 3/16. You basically cut 4 pieces out of that. That'll match the base of your swivel plate, and you leave about a 1/4 inch on each side. 1/4 inch all the way around, I like to do. And this plate is 2.5 wide, 3.5 long, so it's exactly the right dimension. The 4 inches is the right dimension on the long side. And then we're going to go 3 inches on the lengths. Now when you cut steel plate, some people cut the plate on the flat. Like if you're using, let's say a grinder with a cutoff wheel, they'll lay it down flat and then they'll cut like using some sort of a flat saw. On these dry cut saws you don't cut like that. You don't cut on the flat if you can help it. You cut on the edge. It cuts through a lot quicker, a lot cleaner, and with less heat. Heat's the enemy. Heat destroys the blade. So you want to end up cutting it straight down, not across. So I'll go ahead and mark this up and be right back with you. Now remember, protect your eyes, protect your ears, protect your hands, stay away from moving machinery. It could kill you. So put this in, cinch it up. Now all that's left to do in preparing these plates is to mark our drill through holes for the casters. Drill the holes, grind off the sharp corners, and we're ready to start welding everything together. Now a lot of people swear by plasma cutters. They say they wouldn't use anything but a plasma cutter to cut any steel. I like these chop saws. This is the best saw I've ever used. Makes very little sparks, it doesn't get hot. Makes a really clean edge. That edge is ready to go with no grinding. Plasma cutter could never make an edge like that. So whenever you can, use one of these dry cut chop saws. Use a plasma cutter if you have a whole lot of steel and you don't really care what the edge looks like. But I'll go with these. So we'll come back when we get the holes drilled, the plates all ground ready to go. So see you later.